Support Lightning Debate on Patreon.
Hi guys, Jeff here, and I'm here breaking down the January-February topic that just dropped, so let's just break it down. Why I have not been here for a couple months, that's a new video that's coming out later in the channel, but I'm going to get that later. So first things first, talk about the resolution. The United States ought to provide military aid to authoritarian regimes. That's the resolution for the beginning of next year. For January and February. So let's break down the individual components. The first part is the United States. So it essentially means that we're talking about a US specific actor in America, and the actor is more than likely going to be a part of the US federal government, going to be either Congress through a bill of some sort, or the president through some sort of policy. I think that's the more likely scenario. Judiciary, I don't see very many scenarios where the judiciary can make a significant ruling in a plan where they talk about the United States. All right, and a side note, this is a little joke, but Mexico's official name is the United States of Mexico. So you can make a joke case talking about how Mexico should offer military aid to authoritarian regimes, and that would have interesting interplay with the other neg cases. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is ought. If you haven't watched the LD for Dummies Part 1 video I did on the channel, then watch that, come back, and you'll understand what ought means. All right, military aid. Basically, economic and humanitarian aid are essentially non-topical, and it must require some form of military aid or military aid. You're smart. Some way of aiding the military in that authoritarian regime. So technically you could try medical aid if you were to say you're going to provide doctors in order to help the military, in order to do something around a medical aid sort of thing. That technically would count as military aid, simply because you could send military doctors to go and heal the wounded in, let's say, a disaster area. I guess that would count technically as disaster aid, but it's still technically military aid because you're dispatching the military, even though they are doctors. Authoritarian regimes. Basically, a government that concentrates most of the political power in a central figure through non-democratic means. Thinks along the lines of North Korea. This topic is trying to say whether or not that any aid in military efforts of an authoritarian regimes, which are typically fairly regressive in their military dogma, is going to be justified by the United States. All right, so that's it for this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll have a later video on the channel. All right, see you guys later.